All right, yo, chat. Throw some questions. What do you mean? You always ask my dad to come on stream. Throw some questions. Stop just typing body count. Here, I'm gonna turn the donations on.
Red Sox are better than the Yankees. Oh, you want to talk about that?
What?
Red Sox. You want to talk about the Red Sox?
What about the Red Sox?
Because of the Red Sox and because of the Astros, the Yankees were cheated out of 2 World Series. Do you want to discuss that? Or
Oh,
not?
yeah.
What kind of bullshit is this? The Yankees were cheated out of, and to top it off, Altuve robbed Judge of an MVP.
Months since you welched my booty pic.
I mean, we're gonna argue that or what? I mean, it's bullshit. I don't want to get excited. I don't want to get bored. Fuck the Sox. That's right.
He actually knows what he's talking about? Okay, so when I said the exact same thing, I just didn't know.
The Yankees were cheated out of 2 World Series. There's no, you can't even debate that. That's it. Anyway, well, it doesn't, nobody cares. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody got punished. It doesn't matter.
Why are they not?
They fired the manager. Okay.
Why would they not?
They're still champs.
Why would they not take away the championship?
They can't do that.
Why not?
They can't do it.
You cheated.
They're not going to do it.
You're on record
Although
cheating.
a couple guys got. I mean, Cora got fired, right? And then Beltran got shit canned too. The Mets can't. The Mets can't get a break. That's right. Someone just said.
The Yankees are
out. No,
someone just. I mean, the Mets are ass.
I want to know
someone
what
just
he thinks
said,
happened to Tony Soprano in the final
The Dodgers
episode.
got cheated as well. So
someone just donated. Here's a question for your dad. I want to know what he thinks happened to Tony Soprano.
Oh, he got killed.
Yeah, I think that.
They blew his brains out. That's what happened. There's no don't try to read into it.
Yeah, there were many times in the series where he talked about what would happen, and he said it would just go black.
Well, there was a discussion when him and they were talking about that, and what do you think happens? And that's what happened. So they killed him. Yeah. The series had to end. Tony Soprano couldn't just live. I mean, you had to end it that way. And the same thing with Breaking Bad. He had to die. You knew he was going to die from the first episode.
That's kind of spoiler alerts.
He was what? There are people here that haven't watched.
There are people who haven't watched that.
Well, number one, they should be ashamed of themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoever hasn't seen Breaking Bad, it's see. Here's the thing about Breaking Bad and The Sopranos. This is what's so great about it. All right, listen to this. When you are watching The Sopranos, right? Yeah. Tony Soprano is Tony Soprano from the first episode. Breaking Bad, Walter White is Walter White, then he becomes Heisenberg. That's why
I was just saying this the other day.
Breaking Bad is the greatest series ever made.
I was just saying this the other day. I was like, Tony Soprano is a piece of shit.
What do you mean?
Like, him as a human, like he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a gangster.
But we watch the show and we're like, we love Tony. We want him to fucking.
But he's a gangster.
Yeah, but same.
Do you guys want to hear a real gangster story?
But
I'm gonna tell you a real gangster story. Ready? Here? All right, here we go.
Okay, don't say names.
I can't say names because the people are still alive.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you the story.
Okay.
This is a true story. This happened in 1987. All right. So I have a family member who, you know how when someone says, oh, he's a connected guy, the guy I'm talking about is the connect. Like there's no one like he's the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I know a connected guy. No, this guy is the connect, right? So to make a long story short, I'm like maybe I think I'm like a freshman, sophomore in college. I don't remember. And I'm with my buddy Dom, and we go down. There's this place called Fox's.
Yeah.
It was like an old school, like a Guido club, you know, So we go down there. I'm with Dom, and I worked at a video store. And in this video store, it was called Max's Video. There's a lot of young people here. We used to have to go and rent VCRs.
Oh yeah, there's some 16-year-olds that don't even know what that.
Yeah. You used to actually have you actually had to go to a store and get a VCR tape, and you rented it. You came home and you rented it for the day, and then you had to bring it back. So I worked in this store. It was called Max's. It was called Max's Video, and I worked in there, and the owner. We had the owner. His name was Mousy, the guy who owned the place.
Okay.
He bought this place. Listen to this. Max's Video. The guy Mac was Sylvester Stallone's bodyguard. This guy Mousy was an accountant,
Yeah.
He did, let's follow this. He did the taxes for this guy, Mac, who was Stallone's bodyguard when he came to the East Coast. This guy, Mac. Mac died of a heart attack. His wife inherited everything. Mac owned this video store. The wife didn't know what to do with it, so she sold it to Mousy, the accountant. So that's how this guy Mousy owned Mac's video. That was Stallone's bodyguard. All right, now I just had to tell you that.
Yeah, that was
so I'm working. No. So I'm working at the store. Now, the other people that worked in the store were 5 sisters. They're family, 5 sisters, right? So one of them I was seeing, right? The oldest one. Mm-hmm. So I go down with Dom to Fox's, to the club, and I left my jacket in the car because I don't want to bring it in. You have to check it, or I don't want to leave it somewhere. So I go in with Dom. This is like February. It's kind of cold. So we go in. I get in there, and I'm talking to this girl, and I tell Dom, I go, listen, Dom, I'm gonna hang out with her. He goes, I'm gonna leave. Dom leaves. My coat's in there with my key to the house, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm in there with her, and I realized, oh shit, I don't have my key. And it wasn't that late, so I was gonna call the house, and I was calling Grandpa to tell him to leave the key. We have like a little spot in the backyard to leave the key, right? So now it's like around 12:30, and I grew up in Jersey City. This is a really bad neighborhood. I mean, it's bad. This place was like in a war zone, right? It was underneath the train trestle, like the train track. It was really a rough place. So there were no cell phones. I had to go outside and use a payphone. It's in the back of the building, right? Parking lot. Mm-hmm. So now I'm with this girl's waiting for me, and I'm gonna go call, to leave the key. So now I go around the side, put the quarter in the thing. I dial a house, and the train was going, so I'm like yelling into the phone because I can't hear. And it's my dad, so it's Grandpa. I'm on the phone with him. Yeah. I'm going, listen. I'm trying to. Dude comes and puts a gun to the behind my ear. Oh my Let me tell you something right now.
Oh, I know this one.
If you think you're a tough guy, I don't care what. Dude puts a gun in your ear. Number one, I couldn't even shit my pants. That's how scared I was. So the dude goes, say goodnight. That's what he says to me, say goodnight. I go, Jesus Christ, I'm going to get killed. I'm going to get killed in a parking lot of Fox's. Like, this is what I'm thinking of. He goes, yeah, say goodnight. I need the phone. So I go, okay. I hang up the phone. Mm-hmm. As I'm walking away, I get a glimpse of the guy. Right? Little glimpse of him. I walk back inside. I go right to the bouncer. I go, dude, what the fuck? I said, a guy just put a gun in my head. He goes, who? I described. He goes, I know that guy. He's like a half a wise guy. He just, he didn't mean it. I go, he didn't mean it. He put a gun to my head. I go, what are you, nuts? I go, are you crazy? All right.
Why would you even...
Right.
Even if you had to use the phone really badly.
Wait a second. Wait, let me just explain. So I tell the guy, he goes, yeah, I know who that guy is, blah, blah, blah. This was a Thursday night. Friday, like late morning, I'm sleeping. And Grandma, my mom, she comes and she yells, I can't tell you who it is, but she said, somebody's on the phone for you. Mm-hmm. I get on the phone. He's on the other line.
He's on the line?
He's on the line. He goes, yeah, I need you to come down to the bar. I got to talk to you. This is like almost noon on a Friday. I go, yeah, but I got class. He goes, yeah, you're not going to class. He goes, come down. So I go down to the neighborhood, like the bar or the club, where this is where these guys work out of. So I walk into the bar, and it's empty. There's like one guy sitting there. There's a bartender, and then this person is a family member. He's all the way down to the end of the bar. I sit down with him. He goes, what's going on? He's like making small talk with me, right? I go, I don't know what this is about. Like, I'm a little nervous. I don't know. Maybe something happened with one of my friends. I don't know. So I go and I sit down. He goes, what are you drinking? So I'm having a beer. He's having a beer. We're talking. And like, if you've ever been in a bar in the middle of the day, it's kind of dark. And then when the door opens, like all this light comes in, right? So I'm sitting there. Door opens up, and I see this guy walking towards me, right? This guy. Let me tell you, he had bandages all over the place. He looked like, you ever see like when they showed the Spirit of 76, the guy with the thing walking, he's got the bandage around his head. Like the guy looked like he came like a triage. Like he was all bandaged up.
He was cast up.
He was like, he had like his arm in a sling. He had a bandage around his head. He was all bruised, black and blue, swollen. I said, what the? I said, holy shit! Look at this guy. He comes walking over, right? It was the guy from the night before that put the gun to my head. So word got back about what this guy did to me. I don't know. They threw him a beating. I don't know. They almost killed the guy. So he comes walking in. Oh, so you know my guy is sitting over here. Guy's standing here. So he said to me, he goes, apologize. Now I actually, believe it or not, I'm telling you right now, I actually felt bad for this guy. So he goes, apologize. The guy goes, listen, I'm really sorry. He goes, listen to me. No, listen. He goes, listen. He goes, listen, I'm really sorry. I was a little drunk. I was, I was only joking. So what am I going to say? The guy's beaten half to death. I go, listen, no problem. What am I going to do? What am I going to say to the guy? I go, listen, I understand. He turns to walk away. Guy next to me goes, wait, come here. Give him back his quarter from the phone call. Now let me tell you something right now. Let me just tell you something. If you want to know the true definition of a gangster, my man said, give him back his quarter from the phone call. Guy goes, I don't have any change on me. Goes to the bartender. He goes, hands him a dollar. He goes, can I get change? The guy goes, no, you have to buy something. Fucking guy goes, all right, give me a bag of chips. Buys a bag of chips for 35 cents.
And you just stand there waiting.
I'm sitting there. I don't know what the hell's going on. Right. So I'm sitting there. Guy buys it because the guy was like, yeah, you got to buy something. Buys chips. Boom. Gets it. Hands me the quarter. Goes, I'm really sorry. Guy walked. I never saw him again.
Oh, no.
And I'm telling you though, it happened like this whole thing took about 2 minutes. The guy put the gun. He said, hang up. Boom. I went inside. I told it. This guy reached out to certain people and said somebody was, messing around with. And then.
So you didn't tell anyone.
I didn't tell anyone.
Happened.
I told the guy. I told the guy at the bouncer. The bouncer reached out to somebody who I just told you.
Yeah.
He sent a couple of guys over there, beat the shit out of him, and then the guy. But dude. Wait. Give him back his quarter. No, nothing better than that. Nothing better than that.
Oh my God.
Is that Jordan? Why is that Jordan? What's he doing right
Dad,
there?
guys, he's literally looking at Twitter and there's memes. Speaking of memes, should I even tell them the meme that you've been sending me for a week straight?
No, but I'm getting sent that.
Yo, but then you sent it to me.
Well, because it's funny.
Guys, does anybody know the guy? He's a large African American guy and his meat's hanging out. Does anyone know this?
It's all over.
Does anyone know that meme?
You have to know the meme. Put it up.
I'm not putting it. I'm gonna get banned.
Well,
put it up.
Can you block it or something? I don't know.
I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna block his. Yeah, the BBC. Yeah, you know the BBC.
No, I don't know what a BBC. No, I don't know. I
don't know what phrases.
This is my first day. I'm walking around. What are you nuts?
I don't know what phrases you know.
Are you out of your mind?
No, BBC.
Now, if you said. If you said Pog, and then we talk.
Wait, say it again.
P-A-W-G. You don't know P-A-W-G. Everybody knows P-A-W-G.
Am I dumb?
Yeah, P-A-W-G.
Am I dumb?
Dude, fat ass white girl. Wow. You should be ashamed of yourself. What the fuck is that? How many people?
Fat-ass white girl.
All right, thanks, Jake. How many people are watching?
No, wait, Jake, come here.
What?
Come here. Show him. He wants your hair.
I didn't see the haircut.
He wants the haircut.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think it looks pretty. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. Maybe.
That's what I would say.
What? Let me see.
I like it. We could notice. You could just.
That does he or does he not look exactly like Robert?
No, we would just say Travis.
Come down a little bit. Let me see.
It looks fine, bro. Did you?
This side is way better.
What, you could fix it though. You just do a little tape. Did you do it in the dark or what?
No, bro. Dude, that's so.
Your
good.
eyes are so bloodshot.
Yeah, it's bad.
Right.
Jake,
how many people are watching
Jake, you
right
have
now?
to take over soon.
What?
Jake, I calculated it. I've been on for 35 out of the 38 hours.
Okay, listen to me.
What?
Listen to me.
There's 6,000 something people.
Well, everybody's indoors, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's stuck inside.
We had 10K last night when we were shaving his head.
Wasn't it 12 when you were shaving? I thought it was 12.
Yeah, it was 12.
All right. So what did I just do? I just told that story. That was it.
Yeah.
What was there a question? I don't know. How did I tell that story? Oh, we were talking about the. I don't remember why. I don't know why I told that story.
It was like, we were talking about Tony Soprano.
Mm.
No, this is what I was saying about.
But
I was saying like Walter White also.
We should be
is a piece of shit.
We should be social distancing.
Yeah, we should.
We should be.
And you just went out too,
dude. Let me tell you, when I came in, I disinfected everything. Believe me, I sprayed myself with bleach. Why is that cop there? What is that?
Someone just said, "Can you call Louis Fredo?"
Can you play that scene? Hold on, let's watch it. I want to hear him scream. I'm smart.
Hold on.
You're fucking from Fredo.
People want to ask you questions. This is a rare occurrence.
Sub for the W, Dad.
You don't have to answer personal things, but like, just
I'll
little.
Everything. I don't give a shit. What do I
favorite Yankee? I think.
Not only my favorite, but the greatest Yankee, Derek Jeter.
Yeah, I mean that's obvious.
We're gonna have that.
My second favorite.
We're gonna have that debate.
My second favorite.
I don't want to get into it right now.
My second favorite, A-Rod. Juiced up steroid A-Rod. Dude, remember when A-Rod was literally every game?
I can just we could talk about A-Rod because you know what? Listen, I understand you want to with the steroids and the whole bit, but what you have to understand is this though, and I saw. I'm talking about Seattle Mariners A-Rod. I'm talking about
this is what I was gonna say. All those people were doing steroids at the time. So if the steroids are what makes you good, then everyone would be as good as A-Rod.
First of all,
A-Rod was clearly better than everyone.
First of all, steroids are not. Okay.
No, but people think you take steroids and you become A-Rod.
No.
People think that.
First of all, overall, when we talk about skill, you're talking about field. This was a 6'3". I mean, so was Jeter. But, I remember saying when they made the trade,
yeah,
the best shortstop in baseball is playing third base for the Yankees. I mean, that's reality of it. So
he was a good third baseman.
So my thing. So when we talk about baseball, so Jeter. I mean, I just he's one of the best ever. I think he's the best Yankee. I mean, I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but people bring up, you bring up like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. I mean, the fact of the matter is,
no, that's different.
I don't want to get into this whole thing.
I don't count.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, but I mean, if you look at baseball before there were black and Latino players.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that whole thing, but the fact of the matter is, you all know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's very hard to. I mean, Babe Ruth, had beer and hot dogs, farted, and then hit the ball 600 feet. I understand it, but
yeah.
Anyway,
guys, people are obsessed with my height.
I know
for reasons that don't even make sense.
I know why. I know why they are.
Okay, why?
Because you, the bigger deal you make out of something, the bigger deal somebody else makes out of something. Who cares?
I just go, hey, nah, this is my height.
Who cares?
And then it's like, no, you're lying.
First of all,
why the fuck would I lie?
First of all, it doesn't. I'm not.
I don't lie about. I say embarrassing things about myself.
You really do.
So why would I lie about things?
I'm not going to stand here and talk about height. It's the silliest thing. I mean, I don't know.
What are you?
Why is SpongeBob? What is that?
It's a meme on Twitter.
Why do you have so many? Why are there so many though? You're following
it's a timeline.
Oh, okay.
It's when the next person
Hello,
tweets.
Los and Mr. Polos. I'm Taiwanese, and when I was a kid, all I know is the Yankees and my boy Xian Ming Wang. Did you guys remember him?
I remember Chin Ming Wang.
Wait, hold on a second. Two things. That's very low. I can't hear it.
I'll raise it, but yeah, Chin Ming Wang.
Okay.
That was my boy.
First of all, hold on. It's very low. I can't hear it. What? Is that?
No, my boy was Kyle Farnsworth.
Who? Dude, Kyle Farnsworth consistently threw 100-mile-an-hour.
Kyle Farnsworth would come in, throw 100 miles an hour.
Now he owns 12 subways.
Oh wow.
Yeah. All right. So what is the Is there a lot of Yankee fans on here now or no? No, I can't tell. Are people liking the Yankees or no? I can't tell.
I think for the most part.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about dick size. Yeah, let's do that. Fuck, who's this guy? fuck is that kid? Don't you have people watching this and ban these people?
They don't know. Look how quick it's going. How would you ban it?
What?
How would you ban them?
I mean, dick size? Really? We're doing that now?
No, you know who types a comment like that? Someone at home who's like scared about their dick size. They're worried about their dick, so they just go in the chat.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. It doesn't matter. As long as you have money.
What the?
Anyway. Anyway.
Yo.
Who's that?
I don't know.
What's up, Jay? What do you mean? With the one downstairs? Yeah, there's too much shit in it. Empty it out and put it downstairs. I know, because there's
Louis,
too much stuff in
my
there.
brother, been
You gotta empty
watching
it out.
since 2K15. Mr. Polos, is your son really a Heat fan? Keep up the great stream.
Okay, he
Love
just
you,
said,
my
is your
tubs."
son really a Heat fan?
All right, so the year that the Heat won, was it 06?
Yeah. What happened?
So
Yeah, go ahead.
what happened was, because he was a Heat fan, we went to we saw the Heat and the Knicks. That was the year that they won, right? That was
yeah.
That was the year. So we went and your favorite player was Dwayne Wade. That was your favorite player. What do you mean? The jersey's right there.
Jersey.
What are you talking
I got
about?
the DVD when they
Of
won.
Of course.
Like,
Of course.
but here's the thing. If you like LeBron, people will just... When I rooted for the Heat when LeBron was on it, people said I was bandwagoning the Heat.
All right. First of all, I
And
know.
then when I rooted for LeBron,
Okay.
when he was on the Cavs, they were like, "Oh, you're a fake Heat fan."
First
It's
of all,
like,
I know-
no,
all right,
I just
so-
want LeBron to
all right,
win.
All right. You're getting very excited.
It's
I understand.
it's
but
bullshit.
Just relax. So I can tell you without a doubt, this is even 05, 06. Big Heat fan, Dwayne Wade, and then we went to see them at the Knicks.
Yeah.
We saw them play the Knicks that year, and then they won that year. That was some series, right?
Yeah.
That was the Mavericks.
Yeah,
Mavericks.
I
right?
remember
Yeah.
staying up. It was 1 a.m. here.
I kept falling asleep,
Yeah.
and you're screaming. Yeah, I remember that shit.
It was West Coast games. Bro, half the people who
My
say
boy.
these things weren't even like...
It doesn't matter. Who
They were
cares?
like babies when
Whatever.
that was going on.
So LeBron's gonna get robbed out of another championship.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. COVID.
Unless
baby.
they come back.
COVID-19. And I'm telling you right now, next year, my God, watch out for that Nets team. Holy shit, man. That Brooklyn team. Whew. That team is.
You don't think the NBA is coming back this year?
No. They're
You know what?
And they're probably going to cancel baseball. Too.
No, I'm gonna be
We're probably
honest.
Not going to have baseball.
I think the NBA is gonna come back, and I think they're just gonna be done with regular season, or maybe do like 2 weeks of regular season, and then go into the playoffs.
See, the thing about basketball is they can push that right up until August. It doesn't really matter. Baseball is going to be an issue, though. Baseball is going to be an issue.
Remember the shortened
Right,
NBA
here's another
season?
question for Mr. Luca Martino. Top 5 comedians, dead or alive?
Sure.
It's a good question.
So my all-time favorite, and I love this guy so much, is Don Rickles. So Don Rickles was an old school comedian. They called him an insult comic. So what you guys do, and again, for some people that are younger, it might seem a little corny, but go to YouTube, all right, and put in Don Rickles on The Tonight Show. And you're going to pull up stuff from like literally the 70s and the 80s and even the early part of the 90s where he would just sit there and just trash people, but it was so hysterical. So go and look that up, and there's literally hundreds of videos of Don Rickles on a Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. This is way, you guys don't remember, this is way, I mean, this guy hasn't been on the air in almost 30 years, but it was very funny. Now, other comedians that are brilliant.
Wait, and he was like naturally funny. Like he wasn't like
So
telling jokes. He
so
was just
Don,
like
no, he didn't. There were no jokes. He would just go out and he would like his.
He would
like,
look at someone.
like his line. Like he would he would look at like there'd be a woman like sitting there. He goes, how you doing? He goes, this your husband? And then then he would then he would look at her and go, sorry. And like and then he'd walk away. And then his line, he'd be like, is he following me? Like just little things like that. Or he would look at a guy. A guy was Chinese, a black dude, whatever. He would rip on people. but he did it in a way where it wasn't like mean-spirited. It was like really funny.
Yeah.
But now you guys are going to see something too. If you go back and watch stuff from the 70s, the stuff they said was not politically correct. Like it was like very offensive. But there was stuff that you could say then that you can't say now. So the best guy working right now is Sebastian Maniscalco. There's no one better right now. He's the best. Unfortunately, Louis C.K. All the craziness that happened there, he was real good. There's another guy that was old school. This guy George Carlin. He was one of the best ever.
Man.
His approach was very he was a brilliant guy. And what he would do is he would take a subject or whatever, go on YouTube and pull up George Carlin. He talks about
Hello,
environment
I
and
just
shit
want
like
to
that.
say your sons are funny and really makes me smile throughout a good time and bad time. Thanks for having these 3 funniest son to make my day a better place.
Is that like what's his name? Like Stephen Hawking? Is that a person all right?
Yeah.
Is there a guy blowing through a straw right now trying to talk to us? What the fuck's going on out there? Anyway, so listen, Rickles is my guy. George Carlin, Sebastian's great. Louis C.K. And then you have classics like I don't know if you guys, I don't know how old anybody is, but Eddie Murphy. I'm not talking about Shrek Donkey Eddie Murphy. I'm talking about back in the day where he was just hardcore. You look at you can go. He used to do these concerts, and we used to go to the movie theater and watch these. He would film a concert live, in L.A. or wherever, the Garden, and then you'd actually go and watch it in the movies. Go to the movie theater and watch it. So he's another guy who was great. I don't know who there it is. There's Los Polos. You sent it out? Yeah. So who else?
All the people you just said I agree with. I don't know anyone who's
else? Who else?
I've already said this, Louis C.K. is my favorite, even though that weird shit happened with him jerking off in a room or something. I don't even know the full details, bro. I think that shit was going on when they were trying to cancel everyone and
you don't have listen.
I'm just saying, bro.
It's not even
he was getting linked in with people who were raping people and shit.
Okay.
He didn't rape anyone. He did weird shit. Oh no, Chappelle. I like Chappelle.
Chappelle. This is another thing you guys have to watch. Chappelle just did, and it's not that long ago. Within the last couple months, he did a Netflix special, and there were a lot of people that were giving him a hard time because he just. The shit.
He just says whatever.
He was just killing.
Story.
What was that?
You know who I like too? That British dude.
Ricky Gervais is great.
Ricky Gervais.
He's great. I'm just saying, for me, there's certain styles that I like, and I like, but.
Someone said Larry David. I don't think he was a stand-up
Larry,
that, but Larry David is one of the funniest people ever.
Anyone watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Yeah, Joey Diaz. You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you something. You talk about Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz was every guy in my neighborhood that I grew up with. So I look at a guy like that, and I think I'm not a big fan. I'm looking at some names here. I'm not a big fan of Kevin Hart's stand-up. I like his movies and stuff. I'm not a big fan of his stand-up. Also, you know what though? You know what?
Remember the first time you saw Kevin Hart? His first stand-up.
No.
Those were hysterical.
No, what, you're probably right. No. I agree with you.
I think people got tired of him or something.
I think that happened. I think that's what happened. I'm not a big, and I know, and I saw the name pop up here too, and this goes back to the very beginning. I'm talking about going back to the 80s. I never liked Seinfeld's stand-up. I wasn't a big fan of his stand-up. The show was absolutely brilliant, but I wasn't a big fan of his stand-up. I'm being very honest.
He's a classical comedian guy.
Yeah.
It's not
Bill Burr.
Adam Sandler wasn't a stand-up.
Bill Burr. Whoever said that, Bill Burr's fantastic.
Oh, Bill Burr's
Eddie Murphy.
Genius.
Go back and this is what's going on.
I didn't know this many of you guys watch comedy. I love watching comedy. I don't talk about it.
Stop. I have to amend what I said earlier.
What?
Somebody just put a name up, and I have to stop for a second, and I have to amend what I said. I have to add a name, and I'm ashamed of myself.
Richard Pryor?
No. Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh,
I have to tell you, I got to tell you something. So, Dangerfield legit is in my top 3, and I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that, but you're absolutely right. Also, you know who's a maniac? Robin Williams. Somebody put up Robin Williams. Dude was an absolute maniac. He was one of the best. But you're right. It's funny. Dangerfield, like Dangerfield, Rickles, and like Carlin. These are classics.
Who else was psychotic?
So did they know I do stand up?
Yeah, they've.
All right.
watched it.
So.
By the way, when I mean, no,
my guy, one of the guys, he's a comedian, but he also produces shows. So the last few years, I did shows at Dangerfields. That's Rodney's club. It's in Manhattan. It's on First Avenue on the all the way up on the east side. The place opened up in the late '60s. They haven't changed, like, not a curtain, not a table. It's like frozen in time. It's one. I have pictures from it. I don't know. Maybe you can. I have pictures of it. It's pretty crazy, man. The place is unbelievable.
Pull it up.
Unbelievable.
I was gonna say.
I don't. Amy Schumer. I don't get it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
No, wait. I don't think Abella Danger's a comedian.
Nah, she is. She is.
Well,
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's great too. I watch his podcast. That is by far, he does the best interviews of anybody. He's the best.
Someone said, like, talk show. Like, my favorite was probably David Letterman, I think.
Yeah, Letterman was great. I liked so like I said earlier,
Cat
I liked.
Williams
and I like
got
Conan.
top
I like
five
Conan.
Dead or alive, but love the content. Papalos Big W.
He said Cat Williams got to be top 5.
Yeah, I mean, he's funny. I'm not. I don't. I look at.
I feel like I like Cat Williams more than you. Like, he's
Yeah, I know.
more of like a newer.
I don't know, dude. He's been around newer. He's been around over 20 years. What
Yeah,
are
but I'm
talking
saying
about?
you were naming like guys from like the
Talking
80s.
about- I just said Sebastian's the best. What do you mean?
Okay, well, yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know. I like Cat Williams. I like Cat Williams. Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Bernie Mac.
I never watch his stand
Bernie
up.
Mac's funny. Yeah. Listen, we're talking about
Bernie
like,
Mac to me is like a guy who's like naturally
I know,
funny,
but
like
also,
not jokes.
But also with comedy though, it's really like it's subjective, right? Like you could, there are two of us looking at one girl, you're like, she's hot, and I'm like, she's okay. It's a taste. It's a you know, like some guys like big fat girls with a mustache. That's just how it is.
Yeah, shout out to Kobe.
Is he listening?
Yeah,
is he
but
here?
No, I don't know. I think he passed that. He lost 3,000 playing blackjack.
George Lopez is great.
No.
I see there's a lot of cool names coming up. But again, this is just my my take on it, and also the style I like. So.
Someone said Chris Farley. I never watched his stand up. I just know he's funny as fuck.
I've never seen him. I saw him on Saturday Night Live. I watched him
Yeah.
all through. You guys were probably, a lot of you were probably really young when he was on Saturday Night Live. Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal has one of the funniest lines, and I always remember it. And I think I actually used it at some point. I think I actually, but I used it.
How do both of you feel about Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen? I highly recommend Complicated Apes by Brian and Man on Fire by Chris.
Yeah, I do you know them?
First of all, Johnny Sins is not a comedian, although he can do anything he wants. I mean, I think he's an astronaut, a doctor. What else is he?
Lifeguard,
pizza delivery.
pilot. Yeah.
Pilot.
I like Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen. I think they're funny.
How did Dad meet Mom? Do you want to hear that story?
Oh, that's a funny story, right?
All right. So,
How is the clock still at 70? Is there a cutoff on how long you're
yeah,
streaming?
this is ridiculous. This
And
is
what's
insane.
good
What is this shit? 70 hours.
Dude, so it's been live for 38 and a
I
half.
know someone's either gonna die or pass out.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, all right.
That's
so
kind
so,
of in poor
so
taste because someone actually died, I think. At one point.
someone died on the stream.
I think someone died on stream. Like they had just like their heart just it was over.
Listen. Let me just say.
You know?
Let me say this much. All right. We all gotta die of something.
Jesus Christ.
Father Time is.
I'm gonna just be honest. I don't want to die like
Hold
this.
on. Father Time is undefeated. No one's making it out alive. And that's just the facts, man.
That's you know what?
I don't know what are you gonna do, and you do the right thing. You enjoy. After this, when this whole shenanigans is over and you get back to normal, just listen, man, life's short. Have fun. Enjoy
I feel
yourself.
like we'll all appreciate life when this is done.
I'm just saying, you gotta. I know it's like a cliche, and everything, but you gotta enjoy yourself, man. I'm not talking about, not taking care of business or school and work. I mean, you gotta do all that shit, but you gotta enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Listen, if there's a car you want to drive, and if you can afford it, get it. If there's a watch you want, buy it.
And
I
don't
don't
do
know
meth.
what else to tell you. What?
Don't do meth.
I mean, that's a personal choice. I mean, I'm in no position to tell somebody what to do. If they want to do meth, do meth. It's gonna fuck up your teeth, though.
We were watching this thing. It was like,
Did you see the teeth? The meth teeth?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're watching this thing. It was like,
Why am I at this angle? I don't like this angle I'm at. Why am I like? I feel
Why
like
are you at that angle then?
I'm crooked. I'm like, I don't know.
You could literally turn and then look.
I feel like I'm at a weird angle. I don't know.
I think that's a normal angle.
Dude,
That's usually the angle
the
I'm
beard's
at.
coming in good, huh?
Yeah. So
Yeah, you
I
like
said
that?
beard.
It's coming in good. I'm going to, so I can't go out, like I'm a sales guy, so I go out and do meetings and stuff, and everything is shut down. So I can't do meetings. So I was like, I grew a beard last year. I had it for like a few weeks, and then I'm gonna do it again.
Hey, someone said movies. I mean, we love movies. Like,
Well, listen. So if you wanna, first of all, I'm gonna throw this out there. So let me start with this. All-time favorite comedy. What's your all-time favorite comedy? Don't say anything.
Oh, I got mine.
Don't say. Let me. I want to know. Movie,
Okay.
comedy. All-time favorite.
Goodfellas is not a comedy.
I think we just said movie and then somebody typed something. I don't
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
were specific. We can get to that, but we can get to the.
I
gangster-
can't just say favorite movie.
No.
Like, I can't say, like, the top movie.
We'll do.
It's categories.
Well, we'll do genre like that. But so my all-time. I'm gonna look and see if anybody has this in here, and I'm waiting to see. And so
I think I know what yours is.
So someone just said Hangover.
Yeah.
That is my all-time.
Yeah.
I can watch that movie. I've seen it probably 1,000 times. So here's the thing too, and I'm going to tell you this is true. So I don't know how many years ago this was. I didn't see Hangover in the movies. So you saw it, right? So
At first, were you like, this is stupid or something?
no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it in the I didn't see it in the movies. And one night, it was like a Saturday. Everybody was asleep, and the two of us were up. Now this is you were probably like in high school, right? Well, because it came out like in the 8th grade. You were like in the 8th grade when it came out.
I remember being in high school when the third one came out.
All right. Anyway, it's immaterial. So the two of us are downstairs.
I was young.
Two of us are downstairs, and he's like, "Hey, you ever see this?" I'm like, "No, man, I gotta go to bed." He's like, "No, why?" So we start watching this movie. Now it's like it didn't go on till like midnight. Everybody is sleeping. Dude, what was the Asian guy's name? The little Asian dude in the movie. What was his name?
I think it was
W.
Chow?
Chow. Was it Chow?
Chow.
Yeah, I know. Ken Young. What was his name in the movie?
Chow.
When he leaps out of the trunk and his balls are in the face, and I laughed so hard I woke the entire house up. People are screaming at me, "You stupid bastard!" But I woke everybody up. That was hysterical. That's my.
I remember I got scarred because that was
Now-
like the first time I've ever seen like a micro penis. And that was so shocking.
That wasn't real.
What?
That wasn't real.
That was real.
No, they put a thing over it.
Dad, that was real.
It was not real.
Dad, it's fucking real.
All right. Okay.
Chat.
It wasn't real.
Google
they,
it.
They did a thing where they
Dad,
put like a
no.
All right.
I saw an interview about it. That's real.
All right, you know what? Anyway, so now Hangover, and then you got to go like honorable mention, like of course Step Brothers, Anchorman. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Anchorman is my favorite.
So I'm like
comedy.
I'm Hangover. I love Anchorman. Love
Top 3
yeah.
movies: Step Brothers, Superbad, and Tropic Thunder.
Oh my God,
But the best
Superbad
So
might
you
have
know
to
what?
give
You
it
know
a-
what's
oh,
funny? You know what's funny? I don't know who's talking.
His name is D's Nuts, man.
Is he?
He has issues.
No. I mean, is he disabled? Yeah. Okay. So what happened is I never.
Stop typing mall cop.
I never got. That's funny as fuck. I never got into Tropic Thunder. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen it the whole way through. So.
What? That's bad. You need to watch that. I'm gonna take all this back. My favorite all-time comedy is Step Brothers. I know every line in the movie.
It's fantastic.
Remember Kevin?
Yeah.
I know every line in Step Brothers.
So Step Brothers is great. Anchorman's brilliant though. So yeah. So I mean, that's you know, and then after that, you know,
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah,
There's
actually,
so
you know what?
many good
You know what? I
ones.
take that back. You know what?
40-year-old virgin.
40-year-old virgin is brilliant.
Holy shit!
That Kevin Hart scene
Oh my god.
was
Oh my god.
unbelievable.
They're bringing out they're making a
Superbad.
feature.
That he said Superbad.
Superbad.
Superbad's another one. That's fantastic.
They're making a feature on Twitch where hopefully I get access to it, but you can watch movies with your stream.
Why can't you do that now?
Cause like copyright shit. Like,
But I mean, you can't pull up a video from YouTube and watch it together.
I can watch a video, but I'm talking about like watch a whole movie, watch a whole show. It's like a.
Oh, right, but
it's
like
a
if you
thing.
and I were talking about a scene from like The Godfather, and Elf was very funny too.
Yeah, I can pull
Elf
that
was
up.
good.
I can
So
pull
you
it
could
up.
do that, and that's not a problem. Yeah, Elf was great. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, you know, it's funny you mentioned that now. Those are just great. I mean, those are great. Pineapple Express was funny. Yeah, that was good. Oh, wait a
Gangs
minute.
of New York
Wait,
is
wait,
one of
somebody
my
said
favorite
Nacho Libre.
movies, not
Oh
as
my
classic,
God.
still
Bro, actually,
great.
you know what? Whoever said Nacho Libre, that's classic. Classic.
Wait, last thing. I'm also gonna need that extended warranty on it for the price of on the house.
That I can't do.
Now don't be a Negro, be my nigga. Alright, help me out.
Hold on. I ain't nobody's nigga.
Well, I mean you somebody's nigga wearing this nigga tie.
Now you being condescending. See, you've been warned, all right? Let's move forward amicably.
Okay, well
So
check this out. Though. First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now because I don't understand them, I'm gonna take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me with the sale.
Okay, see? See, now you found yourself a nigga. You was looking for a nigga? Nigga here now, see?
Okay.
Today's forecast, dark and cloudy, and chance of drive-by.
This is so fucked. Now that
This Nick fire on.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Floor manager. Go get him, Tiger.
This shit just got rigged.
What you gonna do, bitch?
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. You know Luca Perry from 20th and 25th?
You ever heard of Rolling 20s, nigga? Since I was 16, nigga.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Frosty. You know what I'm saying? Spoon. Nigga, we fuck dwarves in the ass.
Nigga, this dwarf here don't gotta be tall. Let's pull a trigger off of somebody's face.
Please,
Good
fine,
afternoon.
Back up. What's up?
Hey,
Go
One
back.
of my favorite
Well,
movies.
welcome to Smart Tech.
Any
Hey, you know,
reason
is
why
this
I
your
can't
boy?
make
Yeah, nigga, we will both mash you. What?
Hey,
What?
how can we
Where you
help
at?
you, sir?
No, he don't need no help. He's already been served. I served him. He's taken care of. He's a little slow, but he got it. See, what he thought was he could come up in here and make the rules, but now he see that Jay make the rules in Smart Tech. That I run this bitch, and now he about to bounce.
It's your boy?
Yeah, that's my boy, nigga. We rep the same Smart Tech.
You just got fucked up with him. Both y'all niggas gonna get clapped up when I get back. Both of y'all niggas.
What did I do?
It don't fucking matter.
Yeah. Well, aim high, Willis. Aim high.
Please don't do this.
I mean, come on. This scene? No, this one right now with her. Forget it. Forget it.
Are you Andy?
Yeah.
Is this yours? Did you write this stuff?
My girlfriend Jill found your speed dating card.
Oh, yeah, right. God, I've been looking for that speed dating card. Thank you so much for bringing it to me.
So you actually wrote that one girl looked like she was hurting for a squirtin'?
Yeah, hurting for a squirtin'. I wrote that.
Oh, so you wrote hoe for show.
Yeah, I remember that girl. She was a hoe. For show.
Let me show you how this device works. Right, I'm just looking for a cordless phone. Yep, it's great.
I can't show.
All
Holy shit.
right. Now, are we gonna get to What are we gonna do? We're gonna get to. Somebody said Goodfellas. We're gonna get gangster movies or no?
Hey, gangster movies.
The gangster movies. I mean, I mean, it's
Shit. Scarface.
Let's go.
Goodfellas, I
Let's
mean.
just. We gotta start rattling off some names. I mean, it's hard to put them in order. I have my top five. I have my top five. You know what I mean?
Go ahead. Do your top five.
All right. So so I gotta. What was that?
Please full screen this, Louis. It's weird having you on the far left. Dad, have you ever seen White Chicks?
Yeah, that was funny. That was good. What are you saying about the screen? You're in a far left. I'm telling you, I'm in a weird angle. I feel like I'm. All right. So maybe no particular order. So I gotta go Godfather 1 and 2, man.
Okay.
And actually 2, I think I like more because of Michael.
Okay, that's 2. I got my father
So
too.
you know,
so
but
go.
I'm not saying any particular order. So, I like so Godfather 1 and 2. You know, of course, Goodfellas. I gotta put Scarface in there because that's my guy. I'm just thinking of. I'm just saying. There's other. Okay, you know what? Whoever just put Departed in there, I'm going to tell you right now. Arguably, that could be my favorite.
Would it be a sin if I said I like that more than The Godfather?
No, because I'm telling you, Departed, like that shit was real. That was real.
I fucking love that movie.
That movie. So I'm going Departed, Godfather 1 and 2, Goodfellas, Scarface, and then there's a whole bunch of other ones that you can like kind of put in there. I didn't. You know what? I didn't love The Irishman. I didn't love it. I mean, I watched it. I went to the movies to see it. So I don't know if you guys know this, but because it was a Netflix movie. It wasn't released in like those big...
Departed
said Departed a W.
Yeah. So like with The Irishman, they weren't allowed to show it in like the Regal, the AMC, you know, where you like the regular movie theaters. So they only Bronx Tale was phenomenal, by the way. Excellent call, Bronx Tale.
I was gonna say Casino.
Casino was great. So we went to see this, and there was only showed in like 3 theaters in Jersey because they were independent theaters. So we went to this one, and there was only 4 of us in the whole theater. The movie was 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I like it, but it's not
no,
close.
I didn't.
These other ones.
I didn't love it. I mean, I had to see it obviously because of the whole discussion. But it was probably made 15 years too late. And by the way, you know who had a couple of really good scenes in it that I liked? Sebastian Maniscalco. He played Crazy Joe Gallo. You want to look up a sick bastard? Google Crazy Joe Gallo. This dude was out of his mind, and he was real. He was a crazy bastard.
Someone said Inglourious Bastards. That's not a gangster movie.
So
but if we're
can we do this?
We can rank Tarantino movies.
I want to talk about Tarantino if we could. So this past year, I don't know if you guys follow this. This movie Parasite won Best Picture. I don't know if any of you guys saw this movie. What's going on? Hold on. Oh shit.
What's going on?
Somebody just sent me that. I think I saw almost all of the movies that were nominated, right? So my favorite movie this year, which I don't even think anything was close, was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That movie was, I mean, I think I've seen it 10 times already. It was unbelievable. It's been on cable now and everything. And this movie Parasite won. I don't know if you guys know what this movie is. It's a Korean movie. There's subtitles. It's just, I think was it black and white? I don't even know.
No, it wasn't.
It was just it was. I mean, it was good.
I saw it because of all the 99% Rotten Tomato or won the award. All these people.
Somebody said, by the way, Gran Torino is I mean, it's not a gangster movie, but Gran Torino was one of my all-time favorites. But
I'm gonna be real, I've never seen that.
Okay, it's fantastic. So you got as far as Tarantino goes, I mean, there's not much you can say. The guy, whatever you think of the guy personally, because he's a weirdo, but the guy's totally brilliant. I mean, I think 3, 4, 5 of my top. I mean, just Inglourious Basterds was brilliant. Django is ridiculous. Django was unbelievable. I mean, Pulp Fiction, and then this movie, this last one here, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was just. I don't know if you guys have seen this thing. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Wolf of Wall Street was incredible. I know, because somebody just pulled up Wolf of Wall Street. But you're right. Wolf of Wall Street was absolutely amazing. DiCaprio's ridiculous.
Hey, we were just watching. Someone said Gangs of New York. Weren't we just watching that?
That's a great movie. That's depressing as hell, though.
Yeah.
That shit's depressing as hell. There's nothing good about it. Reservoir Dogs. That was his first one. That was brilliant.
I wish every director cared about movies like Tarantino.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's writing them. Like I didn't love. I mean, I went to we saw it. I didn't love Hateful Eight. I don't know why. That one. I didn't love it. It was very good though.
What about Uncut Gems?
I loved Uncut Gems. A lot of people didn't like that movie. A lot of people hated that movie. I love that. By the way,
dude, can I say something? Adam Sandler reminded me of you a little bit in that movie. Not like how he was, but just like some mannerisms and shit he was doing, and like he looked a little bit like you.
Pull up his picture and fucking insult me. Pull it up.
It's not an insult.
It's not?
How was it an
Pull up
insult?
the picture of him from Uncut Gems, and it's not an insult? Okay. Jesus Christ.
Let me see. No, because you used to wear leather jackets a lot.
Of course I wear leather jackets.
Yeah.
I wear leather jackets all the time. What does that have to do with it? I don't have a goatee.
You don't have a goatee, but I'm saying, like...
I don't wear glasses.
Hold on. Let me pull up a picture.
I am gonna get both ears pierced though.
Like, look, Dad, this is your hair. Like, what do you mean?
All right.
What?
Oh,
This is not how he usually has his hair.
We got to do a timeout.
I'm sure he doesn't have that hair.
Timeout on this for a second. I don't know. Whoever just typed in Heat with De Niro and Pacino, directed by Michael Mann. Let me tell you something right now. Michael Mann is my favorite director. I know that. And listen, I love Tarantino. I love Scorsese. Look up Michael Mann. There's a movie. It's from 2006. It's based on an old TV show from the 80s. It's called Miami Vice. It's got Colin Farrell and what's his name in it from Django. The actor, Jamie Foxx. You gotta watch this movie, Miami Vice. It's from 2006. It's on Netflix or whatever. You have to watch that movie.
Hey, Mr. Polos, how do you think Tom Brady will do in Tampa?
I think they're gonna win a Super Bowl.
Hey.
At
least he's gonna have a receiver now.
What are you doing?
Shout out Mike Evans.
Dude, they've got two great receivers. They got a great tight end. What are you talking about? Fuck. Dude, I'm telling you right now. Everyone, do yourself a favor. Don't underestimate Tom Brady, man. I'm just saying. Don't underestimate that guy. He's the real deal.
Who is the better Joker?
Okay. Not only was the movie Joker phenomenal. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, top 3 acting jobs ever. Joaquin Phoenix as a Joker. Top 3. Any. But
acting, is that answering the question though?
Oh no.
You're saying he's a better Joker.
So here's the thing. Who's our guy that was in the Batman?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger was phenomenal. But what you have to understand too though is I thought that Heath Ledger was great. It was a little cartoonish.
How did nobody say this movie for comedies?
No, what? What happened?
Oh no.
So everyone saw Joker. Movie was phenomenal. And he did an unbelievable job, man. It was scary. It was really scary what he did. Another like you're talking about all-time roles. Like you guys ever see the movie Raging Bull? So Raging Bull, De Niro played an actual fighter by the name of Jake LaMotta. That movie was in black and white. It's one of the most disturbing things. That was a Scorsese movie.
I feel like most of them didn't watch this.
All right, it's from 1980. It's in black and white. It's super violent, man. I mean, super violent. And he plays a real life guy, Jake LaMotta, who was a middleweight champ, who was a brutal guy. I'm gonna tell you, I read the book, Jake LaMotta's book, that was based on this movie. Jake LaMotta actually said the movie made him look like a Boy Scout compared to what he did in real life. This guy was a nasty, mean guy. I mean, he was a rapist and everything. No joke. He was a horrible guy. But De Niro played him so well. That was one of the best acting jobs. But this thing that this Joaquin Phoenix, man, with this Joker, oof, I don't know if you guys saw this thing. It was incredible. Baby Genius 3. Yeah, that's in my top 5.
Okay.
Memento was great. Yeah, Memento was a good movie. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that was good. So what did we do? We said we got the gangster movies out of the way.
How did Mom and Dad meet? You never said that.
So I'm working. So down at the Jersey Shore, I was a Guido. I know you guys know. I was a Guido. I was an original Guido though from the '80s. Not like the Guidos they have now. I was an original. So I worked as a bouncer in a club. You know what I mean? So that was my summer job. School would end. I'd live down at the shore. I worked at a club. The name of the club was called Key Largo. It was it was a Guido club. So I'm working.
Wait, does that mean if you weren't a Guido, you'd get like?
There were only Guidos in the club. There were Guidos, and we called Guidettes. There were the Guidettes, the chicks with the big hair, and there were we called them also Cousine was also another term that meant like Italian cousin.
I thought you were gonna say pog.
There were some pogs in there. So there were cousines. Cousine means cousin in Italian. So if you were a Guido, you're a cousine, and then they had the cousinettes, which were the girls, right? So I'm. This is the end of the summer, right? This is like there's like 2 weeks left in the summer, and there was a girl who I was seeing or whatever, and she would come in and bother me at work. And the way this club was set up, you walk in, they had like a front bar. They had the big middle section. It was like a big dance floor with bars. The DJ was up like in a booth. It was a really, really nice place. But then all the way in the back, there was a bar, and it was quiet. There was no music piped in. It was just like a quiet, like, bar. Like, it was down this long hallway. So I'm in there, and this girl keeps coming, and I think she was a pog, if you want to really know. And so she would come in, and she would bother me while I'm at work. And a manager, this guy Richie, was like, "Lou, come here. I can't have this girl, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "I understand." He goes, "I'm going to tell her to leave." I'm like, "Oh, it's going to cause trouble." And he said, "Just go in the back, to the back bar, the quiet bar, and just go hang out back there." I go, "I really don't want to go back there. There's no one ever back there." He goes, "Just go ahead. You gotta get out of here for a while because this girl's crazy." So I go in the back, and I'm standing there, and there's all these. The whole thing is all like mirrors along the walls and everything, you know. And I'm standing there, and there were these two cute girls, and they're sitting at the bar just having a drink. Like it's all the way in the back, real quiet. And I'm fixing my shirt, and this one girl's like, "Oh, you look fine," to me. And I'm like, "I look fine." Well, of course I look fine. What the fuck? What do you give me information? I said, "Okay." And we start to talk, and we started hanging out, and that's it. That's how we met.
Wait, I remember this story different.
Well, the story goes that
I thought there was a chubby girl chasing you.
She wasn't chubby. She was thick.
Okay, a thick girl, and then you literally hid.
You don't have. I did. Okay.
And then she then it was a joke.
Well, I was standing by them, and I did at one point. The girl came back. I did duck down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You ducked down.
We don't have to bring that. I did. and it was your mom, and then that was it. So.
No, she wasn't the chubby one.
No. I was.
Yeah.
I told you there's two cute girls here, and I went in the back, and I'm like, of course I go when I'm standing by them, and and then we start to talk, and this girl comes back, and then I kind of went, "Oh shit," and I ducked down. Like I was tying my shoe, and then she left, and like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, this girl, blah, blah." And and then the rest is history.
And that was in
You want to know what year?
Yeah, what year? Because
1988. It's gonna be 30. It'll be 32 years. That's crazy, right?
Damn.
I kept all my hair too. I have all my hair. I didn't lose my hair.
But and then I was born in 95.
95.
Huh.
What? What do you mean, huh?
No, because I thought when you had me, you were 23.
No, I became 26. I was a dad at 26. 26.
Oh, you got married at 23?
24.
Oh.
Married at 24. We the yellow house we bought that. I was 25, and then you were 26. I didn't.
Don't, guys. Someone said was Los an accident. Dude.
Well,
now we're just getting into
no, we were in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Someone said worst ass whooping you gave me. I've already said you didn't beat my ass, but the one thing I distinctly remember is I wasn't getting up. You were trying to wake me up for school.
Yeah.
And you took a full water bottle and spiked it at my head.
I'm not going to admit to that because there's a statute of limitation, and I think I could be prosecuted. Because no one knows what year that was, so I'm not confirming or denying. It could have been a hallucination.
I was right there,
right.
And you were right here at you were maybe 8 feet away, and took a water bottle.
No, it slipped out of my hand. I was talking, I was like, "Hey, let's go," and then it went.
Dude, I'm not kidding. That shit hurt.
Taxi driver. Someone just said taxi driver.
Yeah, taxi driver. Is Los adopted? Yeah.
No, I was there. I was actually there when he came into the world. So I have all the paperwork. So what's the story? You're gonna be here for a while, huh? No LA? You're gonna be in Jersey for a while?
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
You're stuck here, man. You're stuck in Jersey.
It's not bad.
You know what's funny though? They're talking about that LA doesn't have the spike that New York has, and they're wondering why. I think it's pretty I mean, think about LA. The weather's nice. Everybody's outside. There's no subway. Everything's more open. In New York, man, everybody's packed in.
Yeah, New York is way more
it's like
congested.
everyone's wondering why you don't have
LA is not like that.
Well, everybody's in their car. There's a freeway. This is over here. Everybody goes in the subway, the buses.
Yeah, there's no subway in LA.
Ugh. Anyway, this is a mess. We're gonna get through it though. I think this is. Listen, so so there's going to be a definite shutdown for another month until April 30th.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time for a lot of people to maybe, I don't know,
stream.
Well, I mean, do something that you want to do. Maybe get into shape. Maybe read something. If you're maybe go out, maybe start running. I don't know, man. But you got an opportunity now to do something. You know, where maybe you didn't have it before with school and work and everything.
Yeah,
did you guys like Green Book? Green Book was great, man.
I didn't get to see that one.
Oh, that was fantastic. That was fantastic. Oh, wait, somebody just said Yankees trash. Okay, yeah, the Yankees are trash. Right, sure. Yeah, the Yankees are trash.
Guys, stop. You can't. There's certain things you just can't say.
The Yankees are trash. Take a look at. Okay, I get it. Sure. Joe Girardi, though, right, with the Phillies, right? Our guy Girardi's down coaching the Phillies now.
Is he?
How all of a sudden we're talking about Corona, L.A., and I just look down. All I see is Yankees trash. Just caught my eye.
That's just what happens. It's just random.
Should we cause a lot of trouble?
What?
And just say, if you had a choice all time, what 5 guys would you put on the court at one time if you had the choice?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Listen to me. I'm not.
I know mine off the bat, so you can go ahead.
I'm not talking about.
Chad, write yours.
I'm not talking about. I need a forward. I need a center. I'm saying to you, we got a pickup game.
Oh no, come on! You need like positions.
Well,
you can't just not have a center.
No, you can have a center.
Okay.
I'm saying, but don't like. So what I'm saying is this. I'm talking about we got a pickup game. We're getting 5 guys. You know, who we gonna get? Who we gonna play with? And I just had my boy Bill Boo. I just had a conversation with him. And so I was talking to Boo, and we were kind of going back and forth. And he's like old school, like he wants to include like Russell, like and I get it, but no. So we're just talking 5 players. Like I gotta pick up. I need 5 guys. I'm talking about basketball players. Someone, I'm not kidding you. Someone just typed my 5. I just saw it. Okay. All right. So here's and again. I'm not going to get into I'm not going to do the LeBron Jordan thing. I'm not going to get into that discussion. But I'm going to give you my guys. So I got to put Magic in there. I got to go Michael, I got to go Kobe, I got to go LeBron. And then I'm going to put Kareem at center.
Okay.
Now again, if you're talking about this matchup, that position, and I'm just telling you, so I'm gonna be, I'm 51 years old. I watched Michael Jordan when he hit the jump shot in '82, when he won a championship with North Carolina. So I watched that at home in my bedroom.
Yeah. And
then I watched his entire career, and then I've watched Kobe's entire career, and I watched LeBron. I'm telling you right now. And I'm not going to get into a discussion. I'm just saying.
Give my boys Magic, Jordan,
Hold on a
LeBron,
second.
KD,
Hold on.
Shaq.
I'm gonna tell you my 5.
Wait. Let me just make a point. I'm going to make a point. I'm talking overall. I'm talking skill. I'm talking defense. I'm talking everything. So LeBron, Michael, and Kobe are the 3 best basketball players I've ever seen with my own eye. That's what I'm saying, and you could debate that, but I'm just telling you overall. And the thing is this, I know there's a lot of young guys here. Dude, Kobe was a killer.
Yeah,
like a stone killer. Like I think people
really don't know.
I think people forget that shit. Go to YouTube and watch. He was a killer. So anyway.
This is my 5. LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, KD, Shaq.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
because I'm putting LeBron at the 1, and I'm taking KD over Magic. I know everyone loves Magic, but if we're talking about an overall player, it doesn't get more. It doesn't get much better than Durant. Like, he could literally do everything. And then, you know, if we're going heads up, which I don't think this ever got to happen, but Kareem versus Shaq, Shaq's gonna dominate Kareem. He's stronger.
You understand that Kareem shot 15-foot hook shots.
No, I know that.
No.
But is he gonna stop Shaq?
No. Well, listen, put Shaq on the line. He's not gonna hit foul shots anyway. So
you don't have to put him on the line.
Just
He's
saying.
gonna dunk on you.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, from a defensive standpoint, it's not like we're banging bodies down low, which Kareem could do. My man, go. I don't know if you guys have ever watched this. Go to YouTube and put in Kareem Skyhook. 15 feet from the basket.
Dude.
There's a reason why he's the all-time scorer in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
I know.
No. There's a reason why.
But when did he play?
What are you talking about?
When did he play?
What the fuck are you talking about?
When did Kareem play? In the 70s and 80s, right?
Yeah.
The 70s? I mean...
Okay.
Shaq dominated...
What do you mean? He was on the championship teams in the 80s with Magic. What are you talking about?
Who were the centers he was going up against?
Okay, bro.
I'm just saying,
you're missing my
who was
point,
Kareem
though.
going against? I'm not taking away from him.
I just watched
Who was guarding him?
watched the game. It was on MSG from 1970. It was Lakers and it was Knicks. You got Chamberlain.
Yeah.
You got Chamberlain doing finger rolls over guys. I understand that, like over Willis Reed. But
Yeah,
listen to what I'm
there's
trying
no
to tell you though. What I'm telling you, it wasn't about. He didn't even need to have a power game. Mm-hmm. You couldn't stop that. The guys. Do you understand he's the all-time leading scorer in the NBA?
Yeah.
What?
He played many seasons.
Okay.
He played a lot of seasons against people trying to guard him who...
I will say this.
Were they even
I want
nine?
to add one thing though, and I want to say this, and I'm not particularly. I'm not a Steph Curry fan. For there's a whole bunch of reasons why, but what I will tell you is this: the greatest shooter that's ever walked the planet is Steph Curry. He changed the game. You understand? He changed the game. He changed the game. Here's why too. Every time he's on the court, you got to know where he is. So it's not like, well, if he's not, I'm gonna leave him alone, or I'm gonna D him up and deny the ball. You have to do that, and it frees everything else up. The guy is
Yankees
just
W,
the guy's incredible.
Astros and Red Sox sell.
I mean, you might not agree with this either because you saw Magic, and I didn't see Magic as much. But if we had to pick positions, for my point guard, I'm picking Curry over Magic.
That could be. I'm not saying it is. That could be the most ridiculous thing you've ever said in your life.
Okay. You just admitted.
You understand?
You just admitted.
You understand?
You literally just admitted
Yeah.
that he changed the game.
He did, and he's the greatest shooter that's
So,
ever played.
Magic
He's
is
a
not-
defensive liability.
Okay.
Look at those championship games. He's sitting on the bench at the end.
Magic, you don't have to guard him. He can't shoot.
Hello?
You don't have to guard Magic.
Look at the 1980 championship game where, as a rookie, he won a championship and the MVP. He played 5 positions.
Okay.
Kareem was hurt. Dude, I watched this shit with my eyes.
You can guard him like you guard
Wait a
Ben
minute.
Simmons.
Wait, no.
You
That's total bullshit.
No, it's not.
Lou, you don't know what you're talking about.
How do I not-
watched with my eyes. I watched this guy play. You're sitting here.
So he's a shooter?
Fucking YouTube. He can hit shots.
He could hit. So could Ben Simmons. He could hit shots.
No. Ben Simmons.
Giannis could hit shots. Are they shooters?
Do yourself a favor.
Rondo could hit shots.
Do yourself a favor.
He's not a shooter, Dad.
Don't compare a 6'9" point guard that has eyes in the back of his head. That's the guy you
Yes,
want on
he's the best passing point guard ever. But if I'm taking someone, I'm going to take her, and I don't even like Curry like
Curry's
that.
a defensive liability. That's a huge problem. And the guy's sitting. The guy's a back-to-back unanimous MVP. They got him sitting on a bench in a championship game in the fourth quarter. Hello?
Hey, you know what? I changed my mind.
What?
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
I changed my
Fucking
mind,
guy's
actually.
sitting down. I mean,
Now that I'm thinking about this, everything that I stand for, I can't pick Curry.
Of course
can't.
not.
I've seen him in the playoffs.
He was bouncing off LeBron's body, bouncing off of him.
I've seen him
and Kyrie shit on him.
Have MVP seasons, and then the playoffs,
Wait a
he
minute,
does
wait,
nothing.
Stop.
He does nothing in the finals.
Stop 1 second.
Yeah.
Stop.
I take it back.
Unanimous MVP. Jordan wasn't a unanimous MVP. Are you stoned? Are you shitting me right now?
How has LeBron not won an MVP since 2013?
Because here's the reason why.
LeBron's been the best player every year.
Here's the reason why. It's like listen. it's like you've seen it over and over again, and you get numb to what he's doing. But what he's doing has never been done before.
Oh, you're talking to a lot of LeBron haters, by the way.
I know, you can hate LeBron all you want.
A lot of them hate LeBron.
You can hate LeBron all you want. The facts speak for themselves. I mean, look at what this guy's doing. The guy's the best player in the NBA. What is he? 30 what? 7, 6, 5? What? I don't even know what he is. He's the best player in the NBA. And
he just turned 35.
Hold on a second. Averaging double digits in assists? Are you shitting me? Come on, dude.
How in your 16th or 17th season do you now suddenly average your career high in assists?
Listen.
And you're leading the league,
and
you're in the number 1
there's
seed.
never-
And there's people who were like, oh, yeah, well, what did he do last year when he didn't have AD? Well, where was AD last year? Or the 7 years, but AD doesn't even make the playoffs.
All right, hold on. You're getting...
No, this is bullshit.
I know, but you got to calm down for a second. You're getting all worked up. Just hold on a second. I'm going to say this, and then we're going to move on to something else. We're going to pick the top... We'll pick the top 5 porn stars or something. But let me just say this. Let me say this much. And then we're really going to move on, because I'm not getting into this discussion. And again, you're talking about actually watching on TV since probably mid-70s. I'm a little kid, but I'm watching NBA, and you're talking about all of these careers, right? You're talking about the Jordans and everybody. There's never been a player like LeBron from the standpoint of physically and then all of those skills. And it speaks for itself. The guy's averaging double-digit assists in his, 17th season?
I know you said you weren't going to do the LeBron Jordan, but then you're saying that, and you watched Jordan's whole career. So what do you have to say to the kids who didn't watch Jordan, who call him the GOAT, didn't watch him? You watched both of them, and you're literally saying there's no one like LeBron.
Well, because I also think...
Where is that?
I also think if enough people keep telling you Jordan's the best, you're going to go, yeah, Jordan's the best. And listen, the guy was guys once in a lifetime. The guy was an amazing player. I'm saying I'm starting a team. I'm starting with LeBron because of. You understand how big this guy is? Like I think that gets lost too. He's the size of a building. He has a handle. Okay, he can pass. His IQ is insane. I mean, it's incredible. By the way, let me just say this too. There's people are putting up here Zion.
Yeah. Zion's going to be a freak.
Everything that they're saying about him is going to come true. This is going to be the next dude that everyone is following, watching. I don't know if he's going to be at LeBron's level, but this guy Zion he's got to lose weight though. This is going to be a problem. This was a problem. So again, I watched Charles Barkley. I watched Charles Barkley when he was back in Auburn, and he was almost 300 pounds. He was a fat bastard, but he could jump out of the building. That's why they called him Round Mound, the rebound. He was this fat guy. He wasn't that tall. He was like 6'5", incredible athlete, and he just completely dominated. When he got to the NBA, he dropped weight, and that's why he had such a good career. Zion, I know he was hurt and everything. Zion has to drop at least 30 pounds. He's carrying too much weight, maybe 20.
You can get injured like that.
He's carrying too much weight. And even with that said, he's jumping out of the building. Yeah. So my point is...
But he's like pure muscle also. Like he's a little chubby.
No, I'm not saying... Listen,
like body fat
you're missing the
wise,
point though. He's carrying too much weight. He doesn't have to carry that much weight. And what's going to happen is it's not about... Listen, fact of the matter is, the pounding on the knees with the extra weight is going to be an issue. If he trims down a little bit, it's going to be better for him. He doesn't need that much weight. He really doesn't. So, I mean, Giannis he's a freak. I mean, there's not much you can say. The guy's unbelievable. Luka Doncic, let's all take a breath on this guy for just a second.
I'm still taking KD over Giannis, by the way.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm not.
What?
I'm not.
Hold on a second.
I'm not taking KD over Giannis.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
See,
I'm not doing that.
This is how many people have gotten brainwashed into thinking that Giannis is this god.
Wait a minute.
Like, dude,
but we're talking
he's never done anything or proven anything. He's winning regular season games in the East.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is the same East that you all shit on LeBron for, didn't give him MVPs, told him it was easy.
Hold on a second, though. Hold on a
It's
second.
the same
You told
easy.
him I never did anything. Katie had to go to a 73-win team to win. So what are you talking about? He had to go to a 73-win team for him to win championships.
Katie went to the finals before any of that.
Okay.
He made it to the finals.
All right.
He's won playoff series.
All right.
What are you talking about? Giannis has he even won one series?
All right. I don't want to. I just saw that.
Come on.
And I comment. I don't want to. What I'm saying though, as far as Luka goes, everybody just pause for a second, and let's give it a couple of years and let's see what this guy does before you start anointing him all this stuff. I understand he's a phenomenal talent. Just give it a couple years and just see what happens. See what happens with that. So yeah, I mean,
I think Westbrook's underrated. People like to downplay Westbrook. I think he's underrated.
I mean, at this point, I think you know what you get with him, though. What's that? How does certain people come in? Like, why do certain people speak, and everybody else? I don't understand.
He just subbed, and then he said Giannis L.
So when you sub, you can just say any crazy shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless it's racist.
You just said nobody's watching it. Nobody's guarding the gate here. So I mean, I like watching Harden play. I don't care what anybody says. I like watching him play, so I don't care. I know it's, but he.
And Kawhi is greater than all them right now. Weep.
Who?
I'm not even gonna get. He just said Kawhi's better than all of them. I'm not gonna.
Kawhi's a great player. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Kawhi's a great player.
Great player.
I mean, but
better than LeBron James.
Okay, first of all,
please stop talking.
I just don't know how. I don't know how else.
Which is better in your opinion, Sapico or Dog Day Afternoon? I love Dog Day Afternoon because it's such a weird vibe and Pacino kills the troll.
It is.
Attica.
Dude, you know what? I don't know who that is.
By the way, you are giving me real Robert De Niro Bronx take vibes.
Yeah, this guy's name is Marco Vincenzo.
Is that the guy in the wheelchair or somebody different?
Nah,
all right. So I don't know how old you are, dude, but like when you talk about Dog Day Afternoon, that is some really dark shit. And the scary thing is that's a true story. It's a true story. You guys, I don't know. I guess it's on. I don't even know if it's on Netflix or whatever. It's called Dog Day
Giannis
Afternoon.
will be
it's
the
a true
best
story.
player ever if he got a jumper and doesn't choke in playoffs.
Hold on a second. We're talking about Dog Day Afternoon, then someone's talking about choking. What's going on here?
This is why I have issues. And yeah, he just said Giannis would be the best player if he got a jumper.
I saw the guy hit threes. I don't understand. I'm confused here. He hits threes. All right, whatever. So let's just go back to Dog Day.
By the way, I get a tweet just now. I cannot listen to Los Polos talk about NBA. Guess what the guy's Twitter name is? Rafters Kawhi. Dude, I think Kawhi is good. He's not better than LeBron.
Listen, hold on. We're not. Let's just do
this.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let's just do this. This was my fault, and I brought this up. Let's pivot and let's move away because everyone's gonna go to their corner. Like I like this dude, you like that dude. I don't know. I understand Jason Tatum, but if one guy keeps putting up Jason Tatum anymore, I get it. Jason Tatum. Okay.
That's like the best way to just respond to that.
I understand Jason Tatum.
Right.
That's great.
It's literally
it's Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
That's great.
Jason Tatum.
That's great. Kyle Korver. Yeah, great. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. I mean, okay.
Dude, we're talking about LeBron James. Dudes are talking about Jason Tatum. Dude, he's a great player.
No, I get it, but like I don't know what. Like okay, okay. Well, I don't know. Like I'm confused. Like okay.
What do you? Bro, this is literally how I feel all the time. Just people saying random things. I'm like, what is?
Hold on, let me turn up the air on this film. It's like, you're not warm up here?
I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm afraid if I get up, there'll be a whiff of just shit smell.
First of all, if you leave, I don't know.
I have to just pee real quick.
Well, I don't know what's
going
on.
If I get up, there's gonna be an ass wolf smell that's gonna arise.
I don't care, but if you leave me here alone, I'm just gonna tell. I don't know. I'm gonna tell a story or what? You want me to?
No, I need to just run downstairs.
So go ahead. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. I'm not gonna sit here quietly though. I mean, I'm gonna. What were we talking about? Jamal Adams? Yeah, Jamal Adams. What? What? I mean, go ahead. It's okay.
So, someone say.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Thank you. I will.
What?
I said, Dad, shut up already. I don't know who.
Someone said, "Was I bullied and thrown into lockers as a child?"
Can I just say something? I'm gonna say this right now.
Oh no! What?
No. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this.
Taco Fall is easily the GOAT.
Taco Fall?
Just don't ignore.
So I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm gonna be very honest. And maybe you're gonna be like, yeah, bullshit, whatever. So 2 things. So, and this is not just him. This is all 3 of them, right? All 3 of them. These were the guys that would stand up for the kid that got bullied. That's what they all did. What are you laughing at?
No, I'm
It's
just.
not what are you talking about? I mean, bro, I got called. You know how many times I got called into school about stuff? Like, like Jake and Nicholas were a little bit more low key about it. This guy, like, he threw someone through a window. He threw some guy down a flight of stairs. Because, and I'm just saying, and you could, I don't know, I know what is it, the L's and whatever the fuck else you're gonna say, I don't know. And you could be like, yeah, but I'm telling you the truth. All 3 of them, especially this guy, if there was somebody getting picked on and bullied, he would step in, and that's how it's
There'd
been.
be some kind of consequence.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm not reading these stupid comments. I'm telling you that I lived through it because I had to go to school and straighten shit out. Dude, let me tell you something. In grammar school, his grammar school, the principal gave me my own parking spot. That's how much I went to school.
Dude, guys, I'm not kidding. I would get in trouble.
What are you talking about? I'm telling the truth.
And I'm not kidding. My dad's like a business guy.
Go to the bathroom.
So he would have a suit on and like glasses, look cool as hell. He'd walk in the room, and he would have like private meetings with the principal, like just like saying like don't like suspend him
go
or
ahead.
something.
If you have to go. All right, I'll finish this. So it's the truth though that we did. It was I had I would go to school. There was a spot. There was a guy. He was like a custodian, and he was there for like 30 years. He retired, and they had his spot, and nobody was sitting in. Nobody had the spot. They used to let me park in the spot, and I would go in there all the time. And it was. I know you guys the joking around and busting his balls and everything else. I get it. It's funny. It is funny. But that's how he was. If somebody was getting fucked with, he would step in and he'd either crack somebody or do whatever he would do. And then I got called into school, and it was this whole thing about what should we do. And sometimes I had to talk to the other parents, and a lot of times these parents knew that their kids were a piece of shit, and that the kids were a bully. And then he would step in, and then somebody would get cracked, and that would be it. But that was, I mean, that's just the way it was. That's the way it was. But all 3 of them were like that. Like Jake, Jake was like that, and then you guys
Thanks
know Nick.
for raising such great sons. I'd how Los deals with all the trolls, but he's such a W. W son, W dad. Question: how do you feel about Los and what he does now compared to when he was starting?
So let me just tell you this, okay? So this is a good question. Ask me about how I feel about everything you do. So here's what I'm going to tell everybody, and I know that he's talked about this before, and I've heard him, and I've seen it, and I'm going to tell you this, okay? So every single person is on a different path. So you have, you're going to go like, oh, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to get a job, and that's great, but that's not the path for everyone. Like college, that's not for everyone. Oh, I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to go sit in a cube and work. And I mean, that's not for everyone, okay? So early on, I mean, we realized this, and I know I did. So he graduates from high school, and he went down and lived down in Florida for 6 months. Do they know Brendan?
Yeah, I told him about Mulverd.
So Brendan, Lewis's best friend, and the dad, Kevin Boyle, who's the best high school coach in the country and runs the best program. It's called Montverde.
That's how I know Ben Simmons and
That's
D'Angelo.
how all those guys.
They still. Some people are just like, oh yeah, okay.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
I didn't know that we hung out.
Oh my God.
We're on the team.
Why do you
we're
care?
No, because it's crazy.
It doesn't matter.
Why would anyone make that up?
It doesn't matter. So my point is,
you were Ben's bitch.
My point is, he goes down. And he's down there for about 6 months, living with them and doing some stuff down in Florida. He comes back, and he did the school thing, did the work thing, But then he got involved with this. Now, in the beginning, I didn't know what this was. I didn't even know how to explain this to anybody. Like, what's your son doing? So my thought is, holy shit, he's going to be 35 years old in a basement on a computer, you know, eating ramen noodles. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, this is my reality. I'm like, I fucked up. I fucked up. I'm like, I'm a piece of shit. I paid all this school, you know, the private school, and he goes to Florida, comes home, and he's like, yeah, I'm in the basement. And anyway, so what happened was, this whole thing like started, and I couldn't, and people were like, yeah, what's your son doing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, so then I started to understand it, but then what started to happen was, these you know, we started getting paid, and checks would come to the house, and I'm like, holy shit, like, what's going on? And then as time went on, I understood it, and then that's what happened. But my point is this, and I tell guys that have like younger kids, like buddies of mine and stuff, I'm like, listen, look what my son has did, and look what he's doing now. Not everyone is on the same path. If your kid wants to do something, you got to encourage them to do it. Just like if you're sitting out there and you're like, you know what, I don't know if I want to be the guy who, you know, does the college thing and then goes and gets a job and has to work 9 to 5 and sit in a cubicle and I get 48 minutes for lunch. Like, if you don't want to be that guy, that's okay. No one's telling you to be that guy. You could do whatever you want. And the problem is, a lot of people aren't told that. They think, well, this is what I have to do. And says who? Who says you have to do it? So go and do something else. I mean, maybe there's something. Maybe I don't know. You play an instrument. You write. You want to do comedy. Whatever. I don't know. You know, maybe you want to knit. You know, you want to knit. Maybe you want to knit dresses or be a florist. It's not that's your that's your thing. But I'm saying though that whoever asked that question before, the guy in the wheelchair, what happened was that was my point. You asked me about what I think of all this, and I always kind of knew there was going to be a different path. I just didn't know what it was. And then when he went and did this, I mean, you know, things have turned out pretty good. But that was my. I told you that before. That was my take on it. So,
I just, you know, people like people, if you have one life pretty much, so just try to, you know, do what you want to do. And I mean, you know, the crazy part about this, and I get huge inspiration from this, is literally you never like went up on stages doing comedy shit.
Well, no, but I'm gonna be really honest about this, and I want to say something about that.
Yeah. So, and you're like 40 in your 40s.
I was in my late 40s.
You never went to sit, and you go up there and do this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is like, you're like going for it, and it's like that shit is just inspiring.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people just
right
at a certain point they're whatever, like, the fuck, I give up. Like, I'm just gonna just do whatever. I'm gonna do the same thing until it's over, shit like that. But you doing that shit and you still do it, like that. Yeah. That kind of shit is inspiring. Like that shit is inspiring. Like, and I, you know.
So I think, here's what I think, and I'm going to tell you this. So, and I'm saying this, and I'm not trying to, this is not like me, I'm not trying to get like sympathy or trying to, I'm going to make a point though, all right? Here's my point. So, I grew up in a rough environment, right? I grew up in Jersey City, and when I grew up in Jersey City, it was like, you know, the 70s and the 80s. It's not like it is now. I don't know if you guys know, but Jersey City is a real... you know, it's what they call it, gentrified. There's beautiful restaurants and hotels and brownstones. Brownstones are $2 million brownstones. So it's right on the water, you know, across the river from New York City. But when I grew up, I grew up in a rough neighborhood, rough Italian neighborhood, and you did what you had to do. And I didn't have anybody to encourage me. Like, listen, my parents are great, but like, I wasn't gonna go to my dad and say, hey, Dad, listen. Instead of going to college, you know, I want to go be a comedian. He would have looked at me like I was a fucking maniac and told me to go take out the garbage. Do you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't a thing. And I'm not knocking him, but that's just the way it was. And so I think, I don't know if things would have been different. if I had an opportunity, or if I did something. I'm not trying to be like, oh, but that's the reality of it. You didn't think that way. You lived in an environment and you adapted to it and you did the best you could, in that environment. And that's what I did. So when he went ahead, and by the way, the thing was, the comedy thing was, you know how you have friends, everybody has friends who's funny, right? You're like, you're funny, you should go do stand up or do an open mic. So I heard that my whole life. And then I got a little bit older, and then at some point you don't give a fuck, right, about much. You're like, I don't give a fuck what people think of me. I don't care. That's when I started. That's when I started. That's when I went and I'll tell you the exact story. So I was coming back from a meeting, and there's this comedy club that I would pass, and I was coming back from this meeting, and I was in my suit, and it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was like, I know that they do like open mics and shit, so like, let me take a shot. So I walk into the place is empty. There's a bartender. I go, you guys do like open mic? He goes, we really don't. He goes, we have like comedy shows, and then we put like a new comedian like in the show, but we don't really do open mics. I was like, all right. So he said, if you want to go talk to the owner, go ahead. So I went upstairs. This guy Gene, who became a friend of mine. I go up there. I sit. I talk to him, and he's like, and this is literally what he said to me. He goes, why do you want to do this? I go, what do you mean? I go, I've always wanted to. He goes, are you funny? Do you think you're funny? Like, why do you want to do this? And I said, oh, I'd like to try it. So I talked to him for about an hour. He goes, all right. He goes, come back next Thursday. He goes, I'll give you 5 minutes. So I came back the next day. I brought a couple of buddies with me. I went up. I did 5 minutes and went really well. The next month I came back. I met a comedian. He's a great comedian, by the way. His name's Bob DeBono. And Bob is right now, he's one of the funniest and the best Trump impersonators right now. He opened up for Travis Scott. Did you know that?
Yeah,
so Bob, Google this guy, Bob DeBono, Dibuono, Bob DeBono. Just Google him on YouTube, and he opened up for Travis Scott. He's like a Trump impersonator, very funny. So I met Bob. He was hosting the show the second time I went back. And then I did real well, and he's like, hey, listen, I produce a show in the city. You want to come, and I'll give you 10 minutes. And so the third time I was ever on stage, I was at Stand Up New York in Manhattan. Now, Stand Up New York, Chappelle, Seinfeld, you name it. They've all been there. But this guy took a shot. I went up, and I did real good, and that's how I started doing shows in the city, and that's how I started. But it was kind of not really like a goof, but I figured, let me take a shot. And I have nothing to lose, right? I mean, it's not like I need to make money doing this, and everything worked out well. And now it's like, I don't know, it's like 6-7 years now.
It's literally like,
I don't know. That's it. I mean, I'm not.
I want you to I want you to do more.
I know
than you do. You don't even do it enough.
I know, but
and it's so fucking funny.
No, I know. The thing though too is this. So obviously I have a career. I have a real job, and and then this is like, some people want to call it like a hobby, so that's what it is. But, for me to just kind of quit everything and do it full time, I can't do something like that. But I enjoy it. I'm going to keep doing it. I was supposed to, it's funny, I was supposed to have a show at Dangerfields. Remember we were talking about Dangerfields, the club in the city? I was supposed to have a show this Saturday, April 4th, and obviously it got canceled today, so we moved it to June. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do it in June. But I was supposed to do a show this coming Saturday in New York City at Dangerfields. So just to give you, an idea. But to go, my original point though, if there's something
once this virus is over, you and Louis come to Hollywood, and he'll take you guys to the Comedy Store. Drinks on me.
This guy lives in L.A.
I think I don't know. I don't know them personally. But
I'm gonna come back. I have a. There's another guy I want you guys to look up. Okay, just write this down. I don't know if you or remember it or write it down. There's a guy. He's a friend of mine. I knew him from when we were kids. He's a Jersey guy. His name is Mike Marino. Just write this down or something, or put it in your phone. Marino. Mike Marino, Jersey guy, Jersey comedian, lives in L.A., professional comedian for like, I don't know, 25, 30 years. He's very, very funny. And he's a guy who I talked to, who last time I was out in L.A., I was going to meet with him, but then he was actually working in New York. But the next time I can, when everything, when this stuff gets back to normal, I'd like to come back out there again. So we'll see.
I just want shit to be normal.
We're going to be okay. It's going to take a while. We're going to be okay. I know a lot of...
Does your dad know about your air job story?
I think he's heard the air job story. Have you seen that story on YouTube?
What?
The story, the first time I went to a strip club, when I turned 21, I was in AC with Raph.
No.
Dad, you know the story.
Air job.
Yeah, I got finesse. You don't know the story?
No.
What are you talking about?
I don't know the story. You want to tell me the story or not?
Oh my god, I don't want to like.
I don't
want to forget anything and fuck up the story.
We'll
they love the fucking story.
You can tell me later. We don't have to go about it though, if you don't want to. If you're saying tell it, tell them.
Basically, the condensed version is turned 21, went to Atlantic City. I was able to gamble. I think I won like $500 or something.
Yeah. And
me and Raph go to the strip club.
Okay.
Never been in the strip club.
What was the name of it?
It was near like a dock. I don't know if
it was in AC. It wasn't
AC.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah, it was near a dock in AC. It was like right near the ocean or something. And so we go to the strip club. Listen, I'm just turned 21. I was drinking. Whatever. So we're sitting down. We're sitting down at the stage. There's girls dancing. A girl comes up to me and starts whispering sweet nothings in my ear.
Yeah, of course.
And
of course.
So I'm
of course she does.
I don't know the etiquette.
You don't know the protocol.
I don't know.
You don't know the protocol in the strip club.
I'm thinking this girl is into me.
Yeah. Just you. Meanwhile, she's got 4 kids and a cat, and she lives in an apartment.
I'm like,
she's looking at you. You're the electric bill. You're gonna pay the electric bill.
I'm like, oh shit.
Is there anything to drink up here? Like waters and shit?
No.
All right, go ahead. Never mind.
There's a beer.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not drinking. I gotta go for a run, but go ahead.
So, she's like, hey, like, we should go in the back room.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm down. So we start going, and she like, tells me, like, it's like $100-something. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I just won 5. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
You're flush.
So then, I'm like, we get to this counter to pay to go to the back room. And then she's like telling me, she whispers in my ear, she's like, yeah, like.
What do you mean a counter?
There's like a counter.
That sounds sketchy as hell.
We get into this like hallway. She whispers in my ear, she's like, hey, like, it's gonna be a little more. It's gonna be a little extra for you if you want more, but just know, like, there's gonna be an explosion. So I'm okay. I hear that. I'm like, oh shit, like. This girl just can't say it. Like, there's some kind of secret thing. Like, whatever. So she's like, yeah, there's going to be an explosion. So we go into this back room. And she, gets naked. Start dancing on me. I'm wearing, like, a button-up shirt. She starts unbuttoning a little bit. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, this is, like, shit's about to go down. And she looked good as hell. That's why I was, like, happy as fuck. So she starts whatever. She gets on her hands and knees, and starts like about to like unzip my pants. She puts her mouth on like my I want to be PG in here, on my crotch.
Yeah.
And just blows hot air like through my pants.
All right, so what happens at that moment is you demand a refund.
No, so she blows out air. I'm like, oh, she's like warming it up.
What is that? Okay.
I'm like, oh, this is her, like, she warms it up.
There's no such thing.
Okay. She starts now she unbuttoned my whole shirt. And I'm sitting here, shirt open. I'm like, this is it. She reaches into her purse.
This is it?
She reaches into her purse and pulls out a little thing of lotion. I'm like, oh, okay, it's what, okay, I'll take it, like, it's a little, okay. Unzips my pants, and I'm sitting here like this. She squirts it onto my chest, starts rubbing it into my chest and my nipples. She rubs my whole torso with lotion. I'm like, oh, is she, like, working her way down? Whatever. Next thing you know, she's like, a guy goes, oh, yeah, that's it, that's time. She gets her shit, is like, oh, it was nice meeting you, and leaves me. Now I'm sitting here, shirt open, cream, like lotion all over me. I got a half boner. Sitting here, I'm like, the fuck? I look at my pocket, I have no money. I gave her $500, and the most she did was blow on my pants.
All right,
so that's the $500 air job story.
So lesson learned.
That's the $500 air job story.
So,
I probably fucked up some part of that. I don't know, but
no, but that so what everybody has to understand though, like if and it's nothing wrong. I mean, you want to go to these places, go to these places. Just understand what you're walking into.
Oh yeah, understand. You go to a strip club, it's a finesse.
This is their world, right? I don't care how cool you are or whatever you think. You walk it. This is their world, and they're either going to take advantage of you or you're going to leave. One or two things are going to happen. You're not going to win. Like, you're not winning. Like, you're going to give up your cash.
Oh yeah.
And get nothing for it, and then you're going to leave, or you're going to get pissed off and go.
Can you please finish the Dog Day Afternoon Talk, Papa Polos? Also, Godfather 1 and 2 are such masterpieces.
Okay.
Why does 3 suck so bad? Excuse me, Corleone.
Well, 3. I'd like to. What would we just? I'm gonna remind. I gotta tell you a story about a strip club with a guy I took there for work because I had to take him for work, and something had happened to him. Just remind me of this story. Godfather 3 was awful. I think one of the.
I never saw it.
I think it was horrible. One of the reasons why. Sophia Coppola, who played the daughter, was she was terrible. The whole script just wasn't good. The only guy who was really good in that was Andy Garcia. Andy Garcia really did a great job in that, but even Pacino was. It just wasn't a good movie. But I will say that Andy Garcia did a really, really good job in that. He really, really did an excellent job. So
Raph just tweeted, "Stay downstairs, let your dad stream pussy." That's great, dude.
That's really nice, huh?
And
the funny thing is, that's your best friend. Imagine what everybody else is saying. Fuck, Jesus Christ! If that's what your best, all right, I gotta go for a run.
Yeah, go for. I don't know what.
I gotta go for a run, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I got one last quick story. I'm not. The guy's name was Ed. I'm just gonna. You're not gonna know who he is, but I'm just gonna tell you it's a guy who he was a friend of mine, but I worked with him. So
tell him about the time you accidentally left the stream on and piped to listen on stream while your parents.
It's not.
Well, that's nice.
It's not even. I don't even know what that is.
Anyway, so there's a guy who he was like a
All
client
I'm
of mine.
saying is a podcast with both of you would be a huge W.
Don't you think there's too many podcasts though? I think there's a lot of idiots out there that are doing podcasts. Here's the worst thing that I think. And everybody, just listen to me for 1 second, okay? Just for a second, most people are not self-aware. Do you know what that means? Self-aware means I know my limitations. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I know my limitations. And most people, I think most people have a good idea, but you got to be self-aware. Like, most people think they're hysterically funny, and they think they're charming, and they have great stories. And there's so many of these shitty podcasts with two idiots trying to be funny and have banter, and they're stupid, and nobody gives a shit. But they're like, oh, I'm going to have a podcast and become a millionaire. No, you're not. You're awful. Nobody wants to talk to you. You're not funny. And why all of a sudden, just because you're sitting there with a camera and a microphone with 2 or 3 other fucking idiots, and you're going to talk about shit, and, oh my God, my podcast, you're not funny. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, go on. I have this thing in the app on the phone where, like, you can look up all these podcasts, and like sometimes you watch them or you listen to them, and it's these guys who, I mean, I don't know. At some point, someone told them that they're interesting, but they're fucking boring, and I don't know with this podcast shit. There's way too many of them. I mean, everybody wants to be Joe Rogan, and you can't be. Like, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna get a podcast and not have to work anymore. No, you gotta go to work, dude. You suck.
You gotta do something, then do a podcast. Like you need to accomplish.
Because who's gonna watch you?
Or
who the fuck's gonna watch you? I can watch. I'll watch I'll watch cat videos on YouTube before I sit and watch you talk about bullshit with your stupid friend. I have a few friends of mine. They're all guys. They're all in their 50s, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do a podcast. I go, what? Yeah, we're going to do a podcast. I go, the four of you are going to do a podcast. Yeah, we're going to do one every Friday morning at my buddy's shore house, and we're going to sit around and we're going to talk about sports. But we're going to make it, like, funny and talk about sports. They did 2 podcasts. Their own wives didn't watch. So why do you think you're going to get people to watch you? Who gives a shit what you think about the fucking Clemson?
A lot of people don't know how the internet shit works.
It doesn't even matter about that. It's just I understand, but you have to be self-aware. Like, it's okay. Like, someone, listen, you're a nice guy. You're not necessarily funny. You can't really tell.
Who has
hold on.
bothered you this much? No,
because I have a lot of guys that are like, oh, I'm doing a podcast. I'm like, you're 50 years old. Nobody gives a fuck. You're totally out of touch. Who are you going to appeal to? Other 50-year-olds? They don't even know how to turn on a computer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. And so these guys with these, I'm going to do a podcast. Nobody cares.
Do you know who Sebastian Maniscalco is? He's hilarious.
Is that guy? Does he know we were talking about that earlier?
Just came in, probably.
Yeah, that's okay. So we were talking about him earlier. So, I mean, my point is, it's okay to be self-aware and understand where your limitations are. Like I have no ability to fix anything. Like I don't own anything. I don't have power tool. I don't even own a lawnmower. The guys just came today and did everything, the back and the front. My point is I understand, I accept it. I'm not handy. I could change a light bulb occasionally. That's fine. I'm afraid I'd get electrocuted.
I'm literally the same way because of him. Like, if there's a problem, I call someone.
I feel like people need to be like apologize and like be ashamed of things like, oh yeah, do you know how to fix? And then like, oh no, dude, I don't know. I fix nothing. I don't own a tool. I have a guy. His name's Eric, and when we need something, I call him. He comes to the house and he fixes everything. Guy's tremendous. He's the best. So what am I gonna do? I don't know how to fix shit. I mean, I'm just saying, know your limitations. Like some people, you're not particularly funny. You really can't tell a great story. That's okay, but know what your limitations are. I mean, do you follow what I'm saying?
I get it.
But a lot of people, they don't really approach it that way. And just because you want to be something, I got news for you. It doesn't make it so, man.
Is this like kind of shooting down people's dreams?
No.
Or is it like...
No, it's just the opposite. Because here's the thing about life, okay? And I'm going to tell you this. I know there's a lot of young people, whatever. But I'm going to tell you this right now.
Oh, no.
If you're trying very hard and you spend every waking moment trying to be something that's not realistic, you're going to be miserable all the time.
Yeah.
Is that truth or is that false? I can be whatever I want. No, you can't, bro. I'm sorry. No, you can't.
Oh my God.
No, you can't. You're not going to be an astronaut. I got news for you. You're not going to be a fucking astronaut. Like, I'm just. Oh, I want to play in the MLB. All right, dude. You got a better chance of getting eaten by a shark while you're sitting on your fucking couch than being an MLB player. And this is not. This is not negative though. I'm just this. Your life is going to be so much. You'll be so much more fulfilled if you're not chasing something that's totally unrealistic.
Hey, one thing I want you to verify, because
am I off with that?
No, you're just.
Harsh reality. If you want to listen, I'm 51 years old.
Reality.
If you want to be like, I can do anything, okay, great.
It's very.
Then you're gonna be fucking miserable for 30 years. I'm just saying. I'm not saying give up and be a loser. I'm not saying that, but pursue things that are reasonable, that are within. You know, your skill set. Like, you hear people say, stay in your lane. Or don't listen to me. Or don't listen to me.
Maybe give it a little, like, oh, maybe this is my... I'm gonna try this out for a couple of years. If it's no progress, maybe I start trying something else.
Yeah, but it depends what it is, though.
I'm just saying.
You ever meet someone, they're a fucking bore, and the guy goes, yeah, I'm gonna be a comedian. Where are you gonna be a comedian? You can't. I'm talking to you right now, one on one. I want to fucking kill myself, and you think you're gonna go on stage and entertain people?
Okay, don't say shit.
No, you know what I mean, right?
Bro,
I mean figurative. You know what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's PC.
Okay, yeah.
But
you know, no, I meant that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to hurt people's feelings to be negative. I'm saying when you live and you have a life and I have perspective, and that's all I'm saying.
I was gonna say this. This is like off topic, but I told this story once about when I was playing basketball. I think I was maybe I was a freshman or sophomore, and you were at the game, and this was like a JV, so it was before the varsity went on.
Yeah.
And remember, there was a game where I shot like literally a half court shot twice and made it.
Yeah.
Like buzzer beaters, like they had to redo it or something. There was like a violation, and then I hit another.
I think that was freshman year.
Freshman. Okay. So I told this story, and I said how everyone on the stands freaked the fuck out. You ran on the court.
I ran
and grabbed me.
I ran on the court, and the other team was sitting like we had two sections, and this other guy was over here. There's like other parents, whatever, from the other team because it was a home game. They were like visiting. So, you hit a shot. I don't know if they called it off, but then whatever.
They called a foul off the ball or some weird shit.
Then they came back, and then it was from the hash mark. They inbounded. You hit it, and yeah. And I run onto the court, and this guy starts screaming at me. Some guy, like, well, you know, you go on the court like it's some guy starts screaming at me. Who the fuck is he? Get off the court! I'm like, what? Where did that come from?
No, because I tell stories and I want to share stuff, and I just get called a liar. I'm just like making up shit.
Well, let me just say this: who gives a shit?
How would you like it if the story you were just telling about the thing with the gun? Everyone in the chat is like, "Oh, shut the fuck up! You're lying."
I know, but
how would you feel?
Well, yeah, but you know it's true, so who cares?
How would you feel though? There's 7,000 people.
Well, that's a shame that they feel that way. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
You're telling a true story. Then don't tell a true story. Then sit here.
So
then here's what you do. Then stop doing what you're doing. Stand here, and then you go to business. People want to hear this. It makes them feel better. Oh, you're full of shit. Oh, okay, fine. Who cares?
I get it.
What I'm saying, though, I like to make this point, though, because I don't want to. And again, I know it sounds, oh, you're being negative, and you're so negative. You could do whatever you want in this world. Yeah. But I mean, but you're somewhat limited physical ability. Like, oh, I want to play in the NBA. Okay. Well, that's probably not going to happen. So pursue something that's within your. Because I'm going to say this one more time.
And if you would want it to happen, whatever work you're putting in, just know it's nowhere near the work someone's putting in.
See,
who's really.
But here's the thing, though.
You need to know what the best person.
I think at a relatively young age, I think at a relatively young age, you kind of have a sense of certain things. Like, oh, you know what? I really excel in math, so maybe I want to pursue that. Do you know what I mean? Like, or there's certain things that you have an affinity for and you gravitate towards and you like it. I think you need to do stuff you like. I mean, if you love doing, listen, even if you're not, listen. The fact of the matter is, we're not talking about making money and this and that. That's immaterial. If you're happy with what you're doing, you're going to be happy. I mean, listen, what's the alternative? You want to be miserable? Then be miserable. I don't know what to tell you. But the fact of the matter is, if you're pursuing something and it's never happening and you're just a miserable person, why do you want to live your life that way? That's all I'm saying.
Jake okay. Didn't we already talk about height? Or did we not?
Stop it.
Jake just yelled in the chat, how tall is Los?
All right.
Jake, where are you?
First of all, why are we... This is such a goofy thing to keep... I don't even want to... I don't want to even give that... even give that any... It's silly. Anyway, I'm trying to just make a point here, and nobody's even caring, so I don't give a fuck. So go do what you want.
It's not...
No, that's fine. Go do what you want. Enjoy yourself. Anyway,
you gotta limit expectations.
When are you gonna? No, I think have realistic expectations, and just be self-aware. Understand who you are. I mean, that's the point that I'm trying to make. What do you want?
And don't look at other people and be
well,
like,
first
fuck.
of all, if you want to,
I wish that was mine.
If you want to
I
have,
wish this was my
let me just
life.
say something.
You need to be
if you want to
happy
have
with your
if
shit.
you want to have a completely miserable existence, then keep comparing yourself to
Yeah,
everybody else.
you can't.
Keep doing that every day and see how it works out for you. Because I'm telling you right now, I know guys that are multimillionaires. If you saw from the outside the cars, the house, they're completely miserable and their life sucks. So just be very careful.
Everyone you compare yourself to, no matter what, no matter where you get to, there's always going to be somebody above you in a way, or like has more than you or something. Like, that's never going to, make you
I just can't
happy
say,
thinking like that.
I can't say this enough, man. Just, I mean, and again, I know, it's you want to be and I'm super. Listen, man, I'm always optimistic. I think when this shit ends, everyone's gonna come out even better, and we're gonna learn from it. And there's certain countries and people that we can't trust, and we have to understand that, and we have to rely more on ourselves. That's a whole nother conversation. But I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. And I understand how shit works, and I'm just telling you, stop comparing yourself to people. Just it's the worst possible thing you can do, because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't know what people's lives are like, and just saying, man, just think about it and pick something you enjoy and just do it. And if you're if you're going down a certain road and you don't like, it's never too late. If you're doing something you're like, I really want, like maybe you want to change your major in school, or maybe you have a certain job, it's not too late. You can go and do something else. But listen, man, bottom line is this: we're here for like a cup of coffee. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're not here that long. And if this shit that's going on, if this is any indication, like I said, life's short, man. So you can't be miserable. You got to enjoy yourself. And hopefully you like what you do, to earn a living, and that's pretty much it.